A very good afternoon. Welcome to UBC News Roundup. Today on the 6th of October 2024. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. I hope you're having a lovely afternoon so far. In the course of the week, President Yoweri Museveni this week addressed the residents of Mityana district, politicians and leaders who incite them against government development projects. He emphasized that these projects are funded by local money that belongs to the people themselves. Now, during this visit to Mityana, President Museveni handed over a fully furnished house and a car to Sister Anna Maria Nakampi, who generously contributed to the success of the NRA's 5-year guerrilla war.
His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni was in Mityana district the first day for a socio-economic transformation tour. At this public event, the President was received by members of Parliament and ministers led by Chief Nabakoba, the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development.
Abantu ebikumi ebitaano abateekeddwa olwaleero babenga bafuna ssente nga naawe oli wano mu ssaza lyaffe.
Nabakoba also expressed gratitude to the President and the Minister of Education, Mama Gent Kataha Museveni, for their continued support to the communities of Mityana.
Excellency nga mpita mu ggwe nyongera okwebaza wamu ne maama. Ministry y'ebyenjigiriza maama gy'atwala yatusasulidde essomero.
She reported concerns regarding negative politicking surrounding the government's registration of coffee farmers.
Waliwo abantu kamba kulopere bannakigwanyizi abatandise okusiika gavumenti enziro nga bagamba ti gavumenti eyagala okuwera emmwanyi ekirime ekirimibwa mu Buganda mbutwagala kutwala mmwanyi.
Other attendees included NRM First National Vice Chairperson Alhaji Moses Chigongo, the NRM Vice Chairperson for Buganda Godfrey Chwanda Subi, and Ministers Sam Mayanja, as Kaboy of Red Triangle, and Joyce Nabosa Sebukwawo.
Ziwaweereza ez'enguudo buli district yafuna akawumbi ka ssente. Esente zino zituyambyeko okwongera okulongoosa enguudo zaffe.
In his address, Museveni preached the gospel of transformation.
Kubeera kumpi ne kolas naye eddako 95 nabayigiriza ekigambo okulembeka.
On a lighter note, he guided the Mityana residents, stating that while the government has endeavored to construct roads, schools and health centers, this do not directly translate into individual household wealth.
Naye obugagga n'obwavu bibyo ng'omuntu mu nyumba yo.
Museveni criticized the leaders from the opposition parties for misleading voters.
Ate bo tebazira misaala oba babagamba nti muzire enteeka za gavumenti ezigoba obwavu. Ku lwaki bo tebazira misaala gya Parliament?
He reminded the voters that rejecting government projects makes little comes from taxes paid by citizens.
So mbasaba temuddamu kulimbibwa, tewabawo abaguumaaza era ako kabonero k'obulabe eddala. Esente zezikuleetedde kumuruka kugoba obwavu, sente zo sizange. Esente bali abalabe bammwe ababagamba nti muzire program za gavumenti.
In the areas where leadership is perceived as incompetent, like Mityana, where opposition members outnumber those from the ruling party, Museveni attributed this to voter choices.
Lwaki abo temubabanja oba kulwaki kati ngeno mwalonda ba opposition naye walimu n'okubba baba obululu ekinkimanyi baba.
The President also addressed local concerns about rampant evictions, assuring residents that legal measures issue. He also promised additional funding for the land fund projects. In Mityana, the President handed over a brand new car and a fully furnished home to Sister Anna Maria Nakampi, a key contributor to the NRA guerrilla war.
Ata President, webale kujjukira, webale kumanya bewabonaabona nabo. Yanziza nnyo neyanzeege olubiri lwontaddemu.
N'amujjukira mu bantu abangi be twali nabo n'amukolera kyamukoledde n'amuzimbira olubiri amaka nze kye ddali sisuubira sebo nkwebaza tuweebale nnyo weebalire ddala.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Beautiful story right there, and congratulations to Sister Anne-Maria Nakampi. Now, President Yoweri Museveni and the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, last week welcomed plans by Restore International to establish a university and open a giraffe sanctuary. Restore International, also known as Love Does, is a non-profit organization founded by Robert Kendall Goff, Bob Goff, an American lawyer and the United States Honorary Consul to Uganda. Take a look.
A delegation from Restore International paid a courtesy call to the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, at State House Nakasero. They updated her on the progress of establishing a university in Amuru district. Taking time from his busy schedule, the team expressed support for both the university and wildlife conservation sanctuary projects. He emphasized the importance of sustainable financing for the education initiative.
Well, thank you so much. That sounds good because both programs, the education and the conservation, are very good programs. The children are many. They want.
Regarding the role of higher education in national development, President Museveni explained that socio-economic transformation requires an educated, skilled, and healthy workforce. Mama Janet Museveni expressed appreciation for Dr. Robert Goff and his team's choice to work in northern Uganda, an area that suffered from the Lord's Resistance Army insurgents for years. She thanked them for initiating Restore University, which provides opportunities for qualified local secondary students to pursue higher education.
So we want to thank you, not just for bringing hope to many, but choosing to bring hope to the hopeless in a rural area.
Dr. Robert Goff noted that this marks Restore International's 20th year in Uganda, adding that they envision the university and giraffe sanctuary as part of their enduring legacy.
But we expect really big things to come out of Amuru district. Yeah. And as Jody said, we want that place known not as a place of war, but as of higher education. And kind of said, what can come out of Nazareth? Want to say what can come out of Amuru district are graduates.
Executive Director of Restore International, Love Does, explained that while the organization operates in 14 countries, its largest presence in Uganda, they run schools, women's resource centers, and various other programs including refuge, prison, and field initiatives.
We believe very strongly in education and view it as a very effective tool to create peace and opportunities. We will begin construction in March of 2025, and that hopefully will open admissions in July of 2026. It would be our great honor to open our campus to students in September of 2027. We consider it a very worthwhile investment into northern Uganda. A place previously known for conflict might be known for progress and what's possible.
Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
Week, it was revealed that Uganda's population was at 45,905,417 people, posting an increase of 11.3 million in the last 10 years. While releasing the National Population and Housing Census Final Report 2024, the Prime Minister Robert Nabanja urged stakeholders to use the data as a market advantage for locally produced goods and services, and also employ them to interrogate the data in a view to improve service delivery. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, the National Population and Housing Census 2024 main report is officially...
Uganda Bureau of Statistics, WUBOS, has released the final report from the National Population and Housing Census conducted May 10th, to May 26, 2024. The report indicates that Uganda's population has grown by 2.9%, an increase of 11.3 million people over the last decade. Prime Minister Robin Anabanja stated that this is quality data, essential for guiding the country in its development efforts.
This increase in population could likely be an outcome of the government's priorities in the health subsector over the years, mainly on immunization and rollout of health center 4s, the upgrade of health center 2s to 3s. I implore all stakeholders to receive and interrogate these statistics with a view to improving the planning and service delivery in your respective sectors.
The results indicate a reduction of 200,000 people from the preliminary figures, bringing the total to 45,905,417. Currently, Uganda has 53% females and 47% males. State Minister for Finance and Planning, Amos Lugolobi, highlighted the positive trend of transformation, noting a decrease in the prevalence of subsistence households.
Be happy about the reduced prevalence of subsistence households, which has from 69% in 2014 when we did the last census to now 33%. I think that's, despite these gains, it is also intriguing to note from the results that 4 in 10 households remain food insecure.
While presenting the final report, Chris Mukiza, Executive Director of UBOS, emphasized that the government faces a significant task in planning for the children who make up 50% of the population and in preparing for their post-education needs. The data reveals that there are 10,698,913 households in Uganda, reflecting a growth of 7.3 million households since 2014. According to the report, 61% of households consist of 4 to 5 members.
Very many young children. They are 50% of the whole population of 45.9. The youth, 18 to 30, they are 23%. And the people above 60, there are very few here. It's 5%, 31 to 59%. Where the majority of you are is 21.5%.
The report also indicates that life expectancy has risen from 63.7% in 2014 to 68.2% in 2024. This improvement is attributed to the reduction in infant and maternal mortality rate, with maternal mortality currently at 223 pregnancy-related deaths per 100,000 live births.
Important to note that in Bunyoro it was 42 children died before they celebrate their first birthday. That is among the 1,000 children who were born alive. While in Ankole it is 43, in Ichigezi it is 33.9.
The statistics show that 25.2 million Ugandans are of working age, 14 to 64 years. Of this demographic, 38% are employed, while 12.6% are unemployed and actively seeking work.
That proportion takes 25%. Subsistence wage earners, they are members who earn by a day.
The results from this first digital national population and housing census will be available for dissemination within a week. I'm Nafka Farida and Dan Lugimwa in Kampala.
In more stories, during the week, scientists and researchers in the Eastern Central Africa have come together to combine efforts to support a coordinated in the mpox-affected countries. Now, under the umbrella, the Interdisciplinary Consortium for the Epidemic Research, coordinated at Makerere University Lung Institute, the scientists feel that there is an obligation that it can contribute to the findings of solutions to the epidemics in Africa. Take a look.
Mpox is a zoonotic disease transmitted from animals to humans and is caused by Mpox virus. On 14th August 2024, the World Health Organization declared Mpox a public health emergency of international concern after the African Center for Disease Control declared it a public health emergency for continental security.
We find ourselves disadvantaged, and we are looking forward to you, the scientists, to really find a lasting solution that needs to end this crisis.
Now scientists and researchers in the East and Central Africa have come up together to combine efforts to support a coordinated response in the Mpox-affected countries. Under their umbrella, the Interdisciplinary Consortium for Epidemic Research, coordinated at Makerere University Lung Institute, the scientists feel that they have an obligation to contribute finding solutions to epidemics in Africa.
Building a strategy for how to respond and do research about Mpox, because Mpox is affecting East and Central Africa. The epicenter is in Democratic Republic of Congo, and people who are affected have not had a voice in developing strategies of how to address the problem.
The Minister for Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Monica Musenero, underscored the need for African scientists to link research in order to solve challenges of development.
If we want to have science which will be prioritized, we need to understand the secret of the American scientist, the secret of the European scientist. That science which you're working on, that research which you're working on, is linked to the economy. If we don't develop that art, we are going to have a challenge. So, potential to build the economy is the key driver behind science, which works.
Uganda National Council for Science and Technology commended the Interdisciplinary Consortium for Epidemic Research, saying it will help to give Mpox the attention it deserves.
And we have like an kind of wide generated solutions to this disease. And as a regulatory agency, UNCST is quite keen, especially when it comes to research, because we normally consider this research in these areas as research in emergency situations. So we also have to make sure that there is quality assurance, there is safety and trust in research which is handled on such health emergencies. So
the Interdisciplinary Consortium for Epidemic Research, the Lung Institute, focuses on building partnerships and collaborations to support a coordinated response to epidemics, including Mpox.
Ministry of Health, in partnership with UNICEF Uganda, has kicked a 4-day mass polio vaccination campaign in 49 districts of eastern Uganda and Karamoja sub-region. In Moroto and Napak districts, the exercise has kicked on well. According to the Ministry of Health, 271,627 children below 5 years in Karamoja sub-region and 13,492,000 nationwide.
The 4-day mass polio vaccination campaign, supported by the Ministry of Health in partnership with UNICEF Uganda, kicked off in 49 districts of Busoga, Bukedi, Bugishu, Sebei, Teso, and Karamoja sub-region. The campaign started on Thursday, 3rd October 2024 and is expected to end on 6th of October. It targets children under 5 years, and according to the Ministry of Health, it is part of an urgent response to prevent the spread of highly infectious and potentially deadly diseases.
This Mbale is a regional city. We looked at the movement of people from Mbale to these other regions. We thought it would be fair for us to cover the people right from Busoga up to Karamoja.
The campaign follows discovery by Ministry of Health of a polio case in Mbale city earlier this year, with its source traced from Garissa in eastern Kenya.
Uganda and Kenya have actually planned to do this. Ideally, we should have done it at the same time, but Kenya did the first round when we hadn't started ours. We were still making arrangements, but they are now in their second round of the campaign.
James Lemukol is the Moroto District Medical Officer.
In the Moroto District, we are talking of a population of about 25,600 children of that age. So we've made sure that enough social mobilization has been ongoing, and it is actually still taking place as the exercise is ongoing as well.
All children under 5 years are expected to be vaccinated, regardless of their previous vaccination status. Moroto District health workers will cover every child, even those in kraals and mobile communities.
For those hard-to-reach places, we've had to send health workers to go and camp there. And they are going to spend all the days of the campaign in those locations until they finish, because these are quite distant.
In kraals, just specifically for Lotisa. So they are quite big, and you know, there are kraals that have come also from the other side of Kotido district, which come into this side of Kobe Bay. Then we have also the Turkana communities which have come this side in search of water and pasture.
They also revealed challenges faced so far.
We had one case where a family refused their children to be vaccinated. That is within the municipality.
The majority of our populations are spread far and wide. They are really not easily reachable within the distance of the health facilities.
In this first phase, the ministry is targeting over 2.7 million children across the 49 districts. The second phase of the vaccination campaign is expected to be held between 7th and 10th November 2024. Polio is highly infectious and dangerous disease that attacks the nervous system and muscles and can cause paralysis or even death to children. Nahabwe Charity, Maureen Eager for UBC News.
The Parliamentary Committee on Legal and Parliamentary Affairs has initiated the scrutiny of the Administration of Parliament Amendment Bill 2024. Now, the bill seeks to change the way the Leader of Opposition is elected. Mitiana Member of Parliament, South Member of Parliament Richard Lumo introduced 4 more clauses to the bill during the first appearance with the members of Parliament. The members of the committee on the committee, on legal wanted to understand how the proposed election of the Leader of Opposition by the members of the opposition in Parliament will be conducted, and also more queries kept coming up in from the legal minds, which prompted Member of Parliament Lumo to ask for time and respond in writing.
The Administration of Parliament Amendment Bill 2024 is taking a marathon speed as the members of Parliament sitting on the Committee on Legal and Parliamentary Affairs initiated the legal provision to necessitate the proposed bill. The MPs on this committee first wanted to understand the consequential procedure, whether the proposed bill calls for the amendment of the Constitution of Uganda in relation to the Article 82A, which provides the office of the Leader of Opposition.
It has been interpreted, even by courts of law, that when any article of the Constitution is being amended, the entire Constitution is available for amendment.
The committee, chaired by Bukoli County North MP Stephen Baker, later allowed MP Lumo to present the bill.
The way the law is drafted today, the law is supposed to be elected, but I don't know whether there is any evidence whether the law has ever been elected.
As MP Lumo presented, the MPs paid attention to what would infringe the existing legal framework.
If you interrogate Article 82A, there are 2 keywords: multi-party system or organization and Leader of Opposition. Now your definition tends now to restrict the definition to opposition parties in parliament. Does this definition meet the test of multi-party system or organizations in the constitution?
MP Fox Odoi asked what would happen if the whole House is allowed to elect the leader of opposition if the agenda is to enhance democracy.
Would you be promoting democracy, accountability, transparency when you exclude us in the process of electing the leader of opposition?
What guides you to assert that the only way we can strengthen this office is to be chosen or to be elected by only members of the opposition party? And what lacuna would it create if, like all other offices that administer parliament, political offices, the whole parliament is involved in the choice of the leader of opposition?
The question of who will preside over the elections was left hanging as MP Lumo promised to answer in writing.
Are you going to have separate rules of procedure for opposition political parties in the entire body of the rules of procedure of parliament? Who is going, for example, to preside over a meeting of all the political parties and opposition members of parliament in a parliament to elect? Under which law would that meeting be summoned and by who and the like?
Lumu introduced more 4 clauses, including proposing for additional backbench commissioner and the respective opposition parties to directly control their budgets.
The budget for all opposition parties has been centralized in the office of the leader of opposition. It is important, therefore, there is need for certainty and in the funds allocated to all parties to ensure that the other political parties can control their own budgets and effectively perform their functions.
MP Lumu rubbished claims that the proposed legislation targets the current leader of opposition, Joel Senyonyi.
That my heart has always been a very clean heart, and it will always continue to be.
But through
so
you,
there is no problem.
When contacted, Lop Senyonyi responds like this.
But for him, others, the biggest challenge our country is having is the leader of the opposition and how he gets to be in office. So that clearly shows you that these issues are not of concern. This person who is talking about them, this Senyonyi, is talking about corruption, bad governance, poor service delivery, and so on. This person is the problem.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Okay. But
Uganda fire! Endiva fire! Our border fire! Uganda! Thank you for showing your fire! As Uganda Crane showed Congo, why nobody is called a Katino? Mayuwa wa mubiri Gamuli Joe! Katinga Uganda Crane 6 on South Sudan on the 11th of October. Bring more fire and support even harder Nambole. Dial *165*20# or go to buy ticket on the Momo app to get your discounted ordinary ticket at 20k on Momo. And it comes with a free train ride to Nambole. Cash is 25k. Game starts at 7 p.m. The first 2 Nel special beers go for 1k each when you buy with Momo at MTN Gavut Day. Uganda Queen's Fire! MT Fire! Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda's football. Together, truly unstoppable.
President Yoweri Museveni is set to launch the innovative 4-acre model campaign in Bunyoro sub-region, starting with the Greater Chibale districts. This landmark event will take place at the Chikwaya Playground in Kakumiro district on November 15, 2024, starting at 10 a.m. All residents, civil servants and leaders of Greater Chibale districts in Bunyoro and neighboring areas are invited to attend the launch in large numbers. The 4-acre model initiative led by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni aims to integrate ordinary people into the money economy. During his visit, President Museveni will tour selected 4-acre model farms in the area. This launch will showcase the initiative's impact on local communities, highlighting tangible benefits and success stories of the strategy for households. Don't miss out on this extraordinary event that promises to reshape the future of food security and socio-economic well-being for the people of Greater Chibale districts in Bunyoro and neighboring areas. Join area leaders for this event aimed at lifting ordinary people out of poverty using their available small land. The mega event will be held at Chikwaya Playground in Kakumiro District, Greater Chibale on November 15th, 2024 at 10 a.m.
Fast and easy to prepare. Just 3 minutes and they're ready. You can have them anywhere.
Indomie Instant Noodles is available in 3 flavors of chicken, beef, and vegetable. Buy your Indomie Instant Noodles in supermarkets and dukas near you anywhere across Uganda. Indomie Instant Noodles, your best loved noodles.
A woman's journey is not just the places she's been, but the different people she's become. It's the evolution of her identity. If you're a female creative, a writer, a passionate actress, a producer, a director, or working in the film industry, this is your tribe. Join us for the Women in Film Symposium 2024 on October 26th at Skies Hotel Nakuru under the theme Skilling Women in Film for Equality, Sustainability and Advocacy. Don't miss live performances, cocktails, awards, workshops, networking, panel discussions, and so much more. Gates open at 4 p.m. The fee is 50,000 Uganda shillings, payable via Momo Pay Code 713362 or call 0786 312 218. Sponsored by
Brand Ambassadors 256 presents the Ghetto Got Talent Star Search. Amaniga Talanta, the impact of talent. In the heart of our cities, where life is raw, real, and unfiltered, there lies an ocean of untapped potential just wanting to welcome to the stage of dreamers, a platform for the hidden stars. Your moment is now. Uncover extraordinary talent that lives within you. This is the time to live your dream. Kakati kubaka photo ngoli ku stage ya kabi. Never superstar ba kabi. Vibe za kabi kwani na bidi esukuma akabadiko paka ku top. So olinzechi, grab your phone, get creative and record a 3-minute video of you or your team olabisemu ku talanta yo. Send it to 0759 958 138 or send it to connect@gettogottalent.com. This is GGT, where talent knows no boundaries. Ghetto Got Talent, Amani Got Talanta. Visit www.gettogottalent.com.
Talent in the ghetto is possible. Get up.
We'll still continue with our weekly bulletin here on UBC TV. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha, and we'll come back from that short commercial break. A crumbling bridge in Kasese district poses a serious threat to the safety of motorists. Located on the Hima Road to Karusandara farming scheme route, the bridge has been neglected for an extended period and is in danger of collapse. Luero Diocese Bseka has cautioned senior 4 students who are slated to sit their exams this month to desist from any form of exams malpractice which could dent their academic journey. The cleric sounded this caution while leading a dedication service for Ndeje SSS Class 2024 candidates held at the school's chapel grounds in Ndeje Town Council in Luero District.
I'll surely savor till I leave this earth. About 5 years ago, the Sui Generis class embarked on a journey through the labyrinth of education, guided by the flickering light of the Almighty Creator, were a diverse group, however, were united by a shared curiosity and a thirst for understanding. Together, we delved into the depth of secondary education and explored the complexities of this level in education.
With one, you are about to start, you have already started writing your exams. Just be steady. Feel comfortable. Remember, God is with you. We have already dedicated you. So there's nothing strange you are going to face. Things are going to be very simple. And there's plenty. All of you will get distinctions in every subject that you are going to do.
In my sermon, I have encouraged the students to be confident and depend on God, because God has a good plan for them, and that good plan is success, so they will succeed. If they depend on God and trust the Lord, God is ever faithful to his faithful people. So they can rely on God and depend on God, they will be able to succeed in their final exams. And I've also encouraged the students to be confident and to follow the instructions, because if they don't follow the instructions, then it will be a challenge to them. So they have to follow the instructions, they have to follow the guidance from the teachers, and then last but not least, to depend on God, to trust the Lord, because our God is ever faithful.
Today's message really out to the learners, but within this institution has a legacy project for the learners. The candidates of a particular year come up with a project, and the project they've come up with, they came up with smart boards. The smart boards which they have put in the S4 classes and which are going to be extended even to the senior 3 classes. Those smart boards, they use markers on them and that create modern classrooms favoring all that. We also look at the project which they have put around this chapel. They have been able to do the compound lighting. Solar lights have been placed all over this place. So we thank God for that.
Now, during a special mass at Namilyango College, Senior Dr. Richard Kayon recommended Senior 4 and Senior 6 candidates to maintain humility towards their teachers and parents, especially as they approach their UNEB examinations. His message came as he officiated a mass of blessing for the candidates and confirmed students. Head teacher Constance Poga also expressed confidence in the school's preparations efforts, assuring them that they have done everything possible to equip the students for the upcoming exams.
You have done something wrong, accept it. Don't reason how to, you have done something wrong. Say, yes, I'm sorry. That's what we want, the products of our school, college, the first one in the country. You must lead the others in living a life of truthfulness to yourself, truthful to God, truthful to others in the heart. When I turn to Senior 4 and Senior 6, it's a turning point for you. This is a turning point. Senior 6, you are entering the university, where nobody will be actually following you very closely. You must start from here. You must start from here, being a good person who can manage your life.
Some boys confirmed, 25 of them. We thank the parents for entrusting us their sons at this college. We also thank the parents of the new confirmants for having been around. Thank Monsignor
The 20th edition of the USF Independence Gala took center stage at the Green Hill Academy School yesterday on the 5th of October. This year, total of 22 of the best learning institutes and swimming community schools participated. Debutants North Green School finished third on the podium overall with 525 points. Swimming giants and record holders Green Hill Academy were second with 611 points, while the School of Tomorrow Uganda won the overall trophy with 769 points. Some of the participants expressed their importance of Independence Swim Meet that happens every October to commemorate Uganda's independence.
Schools, and I'm with Vienna schools, and I'm representing them. We have quite a number of swimmers, and yeah, we are doing quite so well. I want to thank USF for these competition events that they always come up with. This has been, of course, coming up, the Independence Gala, that is well known, and it has been attracting so many swimmers from different areas.
I feel like this gala has really gone well for me. Even though I've not been cutting times, I really feel proud for my swim team that I'm with, SOTU. It's done a great job today. And my preparations for Kana, I really want to go for Kana and beat the Tanzanians because they are very good at swimming. I'm looking forward to getting a trophy of overall at Kana.
The gala has been okay. I've had 5 events. I've had all the individual events, but I've not had any of the really. Kana is in. I have the Kenya National Championships in about 2 weeks, and the Kana Championships in November. At Kana I'm supposed to be doing 800 free, and at the Kenya I'm doing 800 free, 400 free, and a few other events.
Thank you so much for watching the UBC Weekly News Roundup today on the 6th, I beg your pardon, of October 2024. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. Have a lovely afternoon, and you can stay tuned for more programming coming your way on UBC TV, Inspiring Uganda.
UBC, Inspiring Uganda.
President Yoweri Museveni is set to launch the innovative 4-acre model campaign in Bunyoro sub-region, starting with the Greater Chiba districts. This landmark event will take place at the Chikwaya Playground in Kakumiro district on November 15, 2024, starting at 10 a.m. All residents, civil servants and leaders of Greater Chibale districts in Bunyoro and neighboring areas are invited to attend the launch in large numbers.